See how much the palace that was built by King James V in 1540 in Stirling, Scotland.
Mary Queen of Scots.
something inside. That's actually, you know how you need to inflate a ball, a football. So that's because inside, I'm afraid this is not a vegan option. This is a pork's bladder, pig's bladder. Une vessie de porc. Yeah, non, vous inquiétez pas, pas de problème. So, this is something that you would inflate. And once it's nice and properly inflated, then you sew it together and you can play. But as I was saying, it's very small because people don't play football just with their feet. They play football with everything they have, including their teeth. I know, yeah. There is one rule. If you play football, you know the many rules. You can't go anywhere you want, you can't push everybody else, you have to be civil. Well, 500 years ago, there is one single rule to football. Don't kill anybody. That's literally the only rule. Baseline is don't kill somebody else. What that means is that if you are playing football and somebody is in your way, well, if you need to break a knee or two to go through, well, that's okay. That's within the rules. That's very violent, and I'm really glad you're playing a more civilized version of football today, definitely. But because you see, it was forbidden exactly because of that. Because it was too violent. Because it was too violent for people and too many casualties for, well, the area. Because, well, you would agree with me that today you play on a pitch, on a place that is for football, and a place that is empty just for the game. Well, again, in the Renaissance, when this palace was first built, we don't play football on the pitch. We play football in the streets. So you know the streets where you have the shops and the leather makers, the shoemakers, the pottery makers, all the breakable, the glass makers, all those things that you can break very easily. Well, now imagine that you have 30 people playing football in that very street that can do whatever they want, shoot whichever way they want. There was a lot and lots of wreckage. And that's one of the reasons why it was forbidden to play football. Actually, it was forbidden because it was violent. But golf, too, was forbidden. And you would think, but why golf? This is not violent. This is not a very bad sport at all in that regard. Well, it was very different. You see, golf is easy to do. You can easily make yourself a little golf club, and then as long as you find a green and you have a ball with you, then that's it. You can play golf. The problem is because it's so easy, and because people like it very much. Well, they don't go to church. They neglect their Christian duties. Instead, every Sunday, instead of going to church, they just I don't know how you say that in English, when you just break the rules and just don't go to school. But basically that's what they do. And instead they just go to the golf green and they play golf. So at some point, very serious people decided that this couldn't keep going any longer. And so they forbid golf to be played, just so that people would actually go to church. And not just church. There was another thing that was going every Sunday after Mass. It was the practice of archery. Yes, that was actually your minimum, your base thing. You had to be a good archer. The problem is if you don't play, you're not a very good archer, if you don't aim properly, it means that you can hurt many people from very far away. You can create a lot of casualties. So what was decided many centuries before was that every Sunday after your prayer at church, you would come out and in the Kirk parish, you would have bots, little bots. So I know bots, not bots like you think, where your mind is obviously. But little mounds of earth, a little pile of earth, onto which would be placed a target for archery practice. And so every Sunday, every man, every boy had to go to the communal bots and shoot 6 arrows minimum. And you know how I said that it was forbidden to play golf and football? What usually happens when something is forbidden but you do it anyway? What's happening? Breaking the law, absolutely. And what usually happens if someone sees you breaking the law? You can get punished, exactly. Back then, don't worry, you're not going to lose your head because you've been playing football, but you will be fine. You will have to pay money, and sometimes a lot of money. And do you know where the money goes? It goes to buying beer for the archers. I kid you not. In fact, the fines that would be taken from football and golf would go into a special box. And that special box, the money would grow little by little. And this box of money would then be separated in different little piles of money that would be given as reward, as prizes for archery competitions. Usually prizes that would be used for a very specific use to buy beer. So yes, the fines for football and golf are actually used to make archers drunk. Yay! Anyway, I know I am talking too much. If you want to have a little nosy, have a feel of the different pieces here, as long as you're extra gentle, that's all I'm asking.
Aber ich will, wenn wir gehen, lieber in